I think this is one head sculpt that will look nice from afar, but it's far from nice. Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly released Hot Toys 1/6 scale Doc Ock from Spider-Man No Way Home. Now obviously this is based on the likeness of Alfred Molina. $360, it's available now. It's shipping from Hong Kong resellers, and I believe Sideshow will have it soon. On Sideshow's site, it was estimated to ship between November and January, and that's obviously a date that was pushed back from its original release date. I saw this earlier on. Now, first of all, I'm invested in this. I have this on pre-order with Lion Rock Toys. I'm really looking forward to this. I was quoted saying before that I believe that if they nailed this head sculpt, this figure had potential to be figure of the year. We're going to come back to that. This particular sculpt, I saw this on Instagram earlier on. I just, on my phone, on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, and I was looking at just the sculpt and stuff like that, and some of the blogger images and stuff. And on the small screen, I was looking and I was kind of going, this looks really, really sketch. Now, just zooming in here on this, I do think it's an improvement over the prototype, but I don't think it's all the way there. Typically, with the prototype, what you see is what you get, or a bit of a downgrade. Every now and then you have these figures like Ray or Killmonger, who the actual final product turns out better than the prototype. This one here, I was saying, I was confident that it would improve, because if you remember correctly, on the day that this was put up for pre-order, and it got a lot of negative feedback, should we say, from the community, and myself included. I didn't think it was particularly good head sculpt. But JC Hong on his Facebook the same day said, look, this is not the final product. It is still a work in progress. So that gave me a bit more confidence that they would fix it. Do I think they've nailed the likeness of Alfred Molina here? No. Is this a 10 out of 10? No. Is it a 9 out of 10? No. I'm going to flick through these photos, and towards the end I will give my final score for this head sculpt. But initial look, it's not a 10 and it's not a 9. The hair, to me, it's very obvious that this is plastic sculpted hair, which is very unusual, because Hot Toys tend to be getting better and better and better at their sculpted hair. For example, the sculpted hair on the prototype for that Joker that they just put up for pre-order, I do believe looks better than the sculpted hair on the in-art version. Obviously the rooted is, the polar opposite. The rooted in-art hair figure looks better. But this here, it's a bit disappointing because they've got so good at doing sculpted hair, and this here, it's very obvious that it's plastic hair. It's like it's lacking some detail and looks a mass of plastic. Now bear in mind, I have this on pre-order. I am still excited about this. I loved No Way Home, and I think this would be still a fantastic figure. I do think, I'd have to say, I've been comparing these images. I do see Alfred Molina here. On my phone earlier on, I was like, oh god, this looks awful, this looks terrible. And then I compared this and this. Now obviously, this is the prototype image with the green background here. It seems to have a lot more weight around the jawline. And whereas here, I actually think that looks okay. I can see Alfred Molina here. There's a lot more detail going on in the teeth. Anyway, look, we're gonna flick through all of these images. So $360, it's out now in Hong Kong. If you are a Sideshow customer, you can probably expect yours to ship sometime over the next few weeks or month. So look, just from this image alone, I think this is actually one of the better images of the head sculpt. I haven't found an image so far in these blogger images that is better than this, and I wanted specifically to look at one with the glasses off, even though I'm never ever going to display it with the glasses off. What I like about this here is I love the layering going on. I like the polo neck. I like this kind of, I presume this is a pleather, unfortunately, jacket underneath, and then you've got the kind of olive overcoat, trench coat with the kind of, it's like a herringbone style. I think it's herringbone style of design and pattern on it. The gloves look good as well. I was really worried earlier on when I was messaging to a few different people in my various different Instagram groups that I'm part of for collecting, and I was, I was facepalm, and I was like thinking this is a disaster. This image here, again, like I said, it's not a shrink ray, it's not a carbon copy of Alfred Molina, but it was better than the images I saw earlier on. So anyway, look, let's take a flick through some of these images. Like overall, I'm still really, really excited about this particular figure. So like cancelling for me, not an option. I really want this because I love No Way Home. I love all the layering going on with the outfit, even that belt as well. I got mine for the deluxe version, so you've got the regular tentacles, and then of course the kind of the post what would you call it, the post Bluetooth sync nanotech ones that he's robbed from Peter, and then eventually Peter basically uses Bluetooth to take over. I actually thought that was quite cool. A lot of people didn't like that. I thought it was quite cool. Just a simple, I was thinking, how's he going to get out of this one? But there was just a simple, very, very simple answer, I suppose, if you want. This actually make me want to watch No Way Home. I'm still excited for this. Head sculpt, not a banger. Still excited about this, but definitely not as bad as it was when I checked it out earlier on. Like here, it's a funny one. Like if I flick back here, I can see Alfred Molina here, definitely a lot more than the prototype image here. It's like there's more fat in his face there or something like that. I can see it in the eyes here maybe. Maybe, I don't know, is it an issue with the mouth or what? I can't quite see. Maybe it's just the angle. Maybe it's the good old classic lighting. But I can see Alfred Molina here, but definitely not a banger, not a 10, not a 9. But then, that's a really funny pose with just a hand up like that. But when I look at here then, it's almost like one of those figures when the glasses goes on, it looks less like the character, which is usually the opposite. Usually, like, you know, you have figures with glasses, you put the glasses on. Like there was a Neo they did before and it didn't look great with the glasses off. But then when you put the glasses on, it just got it a bit closer to Neo. Maybe it was an issue with the eyes. Maybe that's what was thrown off the likeness, and then covering the eyes made it look a bit like him. Maybe that's what it is. I love the popper red here and these tentacles that have been kind of accosted or taken over by nanotech. Like I'm still really excited about this. I'm still going ahead and doing it. I want this in my display. This and that Hobo Goblin. It was an event movie. It was the last one of the last good MCU movies. Like let's face it, what absolute bangers have there been since Endgame? There's been No Way Home. There's been Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Wakanda Forever was okay. Apart from that, I don't think there really was any other ones. I love the fact that you can have all of these different tentacles in different kind of poses, that they're articulated. See this one on the top left here, you've got that kind of spike that he tries to stab Peter with. And then I think Peter, what was it? I can't remember. I gotta go back and watch this. They went to stab him, and he had him upside down the bridge. So one tentacle was like holding him upside down the bridge, and he went to stab him with this, and I think the Iron Spider's suit kind of changed and protected his, left his head or something like that and protected his chest or something like that. I need to go back and watch it, but like the proportions on this look good, the tailoring looks good, the layering looks good. I just love the cut and sew and the tailoring that they've done with that. I love the nanotech arms. I went deluxe because I wanted the nanotech ones with the red on them, and then the regular ones as well, which are a bit more like from Spider-Man 2. And the head sculpt, not as bad as I thought it was on my initial impressions when I saw earlier on and the small pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, let's call it out, folks. Like, I'm not going to come on here and say no, it's great because I have it pre-ordered. It's not great. It's not an amazing head sculpt. It's definitely not a 10, not a 9. For at the moment, this is kind of leaning towards maybe around a 7 for me. Don't think I'd quite give it a 6. Look at that. I wonder, can you actually do this pose with it? I wonder, like, I'm imagining here the photographer posed it with the stand and then photoshopped out the stand. That's what I would imagine. But if you can actually get that, if those tentacles are strong enough to support the weight of this figure, then you're going to have a lot more different pose options. And imagine some of the photography you could do with that as well. And I love that. Even the non-nanotech versions on this, they look pretty sweet. Just all the kind of silvery, kind of shiny grey that's going on here. Yeah, I'm actually still really, really excited about this. This is one of the most anticipated figures of the year for me. It's that does not look good there. Come on, like, I'm never going to come on here and just tell you something's great if I don't think it's great. That looks sketch. Those glasses are never coming off. They're never coming off. And like for me, it was this scene which really, really sold me on this particular figure. So this scene here, he was wearing the glasses, so I won't be taking the glasses off. The bridge scene, basically, for the most of the fight, he had those glasses on. that, it's again, it's not perfect, but it's strange, because there I'm like, yeah, I could live with that. I could live with that. You know, probably about a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair assertion on it. Maybe 7, in between a 7 and 8. I don't think I could give this an 8 now personally. I need to keep looking at these photos, but that's exactly why we're here. There's some very, very interesting poses. Again, see the way, like here, because the tops of the tentacles are articulated, these ones here are closed. I like that, because you can have them closed, you can have them open, you can have them kind of like a mid, kind of on the way to be open or closed, kind of like in somewhere in the middle. You can have that knife as well. I really like that, and they always reminded me of kind of like serpents or snakes or something like that. I really I thought that was pretty damn cool. Get those glasses back on, lad. I think maybe they've made the jaw a bit too harsh. Is that what it is? Like, I have a picture here of Alfred Molina. Here, like, this is what he looks like here. This is what he looked like in No Way Home. That was the prototype, which was a miss. And here, is it just that he's... I think that they've made... It's the jaw. I'm pretty sure it's the jaw. And they've gone for that open mouth look, which is a strange choice, but... Yeah, it's... It seems to be the jaw that's off, that takes away. Like, that's what Alfred Molina looks like. Is it something like this here? And even the hair here looks a bit different as well. Anyway, we'll progress on. Yeah, needs the glasses on. Some like the posing options here they're kind of unlimited. Now we're back to the start again here. So obviously this guy's photoshopped in that to represent that some cars and stuff, to represent that bridge scene. I'm curious to know if you can actually stand this guy up without the stand, because like I don't want to use the stand with this guy, but I want him levitating. I don't want to just pose him standing with the arms all over the shop. I would love to maybe put the two bottom arms down supporting him, have him elevated. It'd be great if I could do this without using the stand. Yeah, I think there's a lot of photography up. Even that, I think that looks super as well. Just him, like, you know, the integrated suit getting grabbed over the head by the claw. Not accurate though. I believe the bridge suit he was wearing the iron spider suit, and I can't remember. Did he ever grab Peter by the head when he was in the integrated suit? Was it in an apartment scene possibly to do that? He may have. I think maybe when he fell across that out of the building. That looks the business now. Even the way they're using the stand there, I like that. It's really simple. He's more or less posed just straight up and down, but then you've got a lot going on. You've got one of the feet, say like the bottom left one here, just flat on the ground. You've got the right one coming across to grab something or even take a step, and then you've got the other. I really like this. I think this. Yeah, if they'd nailed this head sculpt, it would have had potential to be figure of the year. I think that's a fair statement, but they haven't nailed the head sculpt. It's, like I said, maybe a 7 out of 10. I can see it there. I can see Alfred Molina, Doc Ock there. Main critiques here is that the hair looks like a big bunch of plastic. It hasn't been detailed in the way that they are really, really good at doing. Like, they do fantastic sculpted hair with the detail. It's almost like here they've kind of done this at half measures. I can see Alfred Molina here. It's not the strongest likeness, but it's a lot better with those glasses on, which is, yeah, it's weird. In some shots with the glasses on, it looks off, and in other ones, it looks a bit close. I think that's one of the stronger images. I saw that one earlier on. I was happy enough with it, not overjoyed with it. Yeah, there's a lot of good poses going on here. Even that looks pretty damn good. Now, in fairness, that's a standing pose. That could definitely be done without the stand, and you could use the tentacles then at basically for supports like that. That's something I consider. I think that would look great in detail. But I think with my No Way Home display, I'm going to put them on the floating shelves. I think I'm going to have like the end game display on kind of one apex. So I've got like the floating shelves like this. So it's like one in the middle and then two here and two here. And I'm going to add one. There's one space on the other side. So I think maybe on one row, all the end game stuff, and another row, the No Way Home stuff, because like I'm not a completionist. However, because those two movies are so strong and there's so many interesting characters that I really love, lots of triple threats, characters that I love from obviously source materials, though I love those two movies, Endgame and No Way Home, and then versions of the character like I love. Like this one here fits the bill. I love this character. As much as I didn't like the Raimi-verse Tobey Maguire movies, I still felt that this character was really, really interesting. The look of him, the actor's portrayal and stuff like that. But when you take it No Way Home, love this character, love this version, love the source material. So it'd be kind of cool to have like those, I suppose, lines. Now it's not complete because I'm not a completionist, but I have a lot of figures from Endgame. By the end of the No Way Home line, I'll have quite a few from No Way Home. So because I got a Hobo Goblin coming in, the 3 different versions of Spider-Man, and of course that final suit version. Yeah, look, I'm happy with it. The sculpt could be better, yeah, but there's like so many of these photos look stunning. I love that. That's like a movie poster. I can see it there. Yeah, I can see it there. But then you're never too far away from a kind of a sketchy shot. Some are worse than others. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, I'm still looking forward to this. This is on pre-order. The deluxe version is coming home, $360. Head sculpt could be better. So that's my final thought. It's probably about a 7 out of 10. Not an absolute disaster, but definitely not a 10. Definitely not a 9. Depending on the mood I feel, it could be like 7, 7.5. I tend not to give halves, but I'll leave it. For now, I'll leave it at the 7, but I want more data and I want to get it in hand. But look, you know how I feel about this if you've been following the channel. I've never seen a figure that looks like an absolute banger, 10 out of 10, and then got it and realized, okay, this is like a 3 out of 10. And the opposite has never happened. I've never seen something online that's like 3 stars out of 10 or something like that, and then seen it in real hand going, wait a second, this is a 10 out of 10. It just doesn't happen. You know, you might be like, if you're marking something out of 10, you might be like half a point or a point off. But for me, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Keeping the glasses on, I think the figure itself is stunning. I think it's going to be a great figure, to be honest. So that's the end of this video. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know if you're picking this up or not, and give me a score out of 10. What do you think this head sculpt, specifically the head sculpt? Give me your score out of 10. You can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.